Good afternoon, everybody. It's really a privilege of me to share this devotion with you. I'm actually sat right now in the building of South Links Church in Ruskington, which you will know is a church that I'm getting a little bit involved with to help repurpose and prepare for its future. One of the things that you may not know about this building is that it's less than 20 years old, and when this church first started to move forward, there wasn't a building here, or there was a building that really wasn't fit for purpose. And if it wasn't for the sacrifice of many men and women, the sacrifice of time, sacrifice of finance, and sacrifice of gifts and talents, this building would not be here today. It's a phenomenal building that's ready to serve this local community. And I am now reaping the rewards and the benefits of that. And that got me to reflect a little bit on legacy. You see, the book of Hebrews tells us that since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that entangles and run that race with perseverance. And in the context of this building, or in the context of what's going on in your life, I want to share a few words of encouragement around how a cloud of witnesses spurs us on. The first way in which a cloud of witnesses encourages us is by the example of their lives. We also read in the book of Hebrews about men and women of faith in Hebrews chapter 11. People that did extraordinary things. People that stood firm in the face of trials and tribulations. As we read about those men and women, or as we look in more modern times of men and women that have gone before us, they serve as an encouragement and an inspiration for us to live the best life that we can possibly lead. But I think another way in which a cloud of witnesses encourages us is in a more personal way. There may well be men and women that have gone before us and have almost lifted us up, so we are standing on the shoulders of giants. Like I said, the example of this building, this phenomenal building that I'm sat in today, there will be men and women, some of those that knew me, some of those that don't, that have literally laid a foundation for others to come after them to reap the rewards and keep pressing on. I think back to my childhood and my teenage years, people that have inputted into my life, that have sown time and energy into me so that I may be a bigger and better person. And you will think of people in your life that have gone before you, that have prayed for you, that have sown financially into your life, that have given you the time that maybe others haven't, that you are the person you are today because of men and women that have inputted into your life and are cheering you on, whether they are still alive or not, they're cheering you on. So when I think about legacy, we have a legacy of men and women of faith that we can look to and be inspired by. But we also have a legacy of men and women who have inputted into our life, that have literally invested into us and invested into our future. And I think our response to that is two things. Firstly, it's to be thankful, to look back with thanksgiving for those that have given their time, that we may be in a position we are today. And the second response is to run that race with perseverance. Doesn't it say in the book of Romans, in view of God's mercy, offer your life as a sacrifice? And even though there is no parallel verse to that in terms of how we work with one another, I think we can say, in view of other people's sacrifices, let us run our race with perseverance. So you are living with a legacy of what has gone before you, whatever that may be. For me right now, I'm sat in a building and there's a legacy for men and women that have gone before. But you will have something similar in your life too. And my encouragement to you is be inspired by that, be encouraged by that, and keep on pressing forward.